You've been there. You walk up to the counter, craving a sundae, and see that sad, familiar sign. Ice cream machine broken. But here's the secret. Most of the time, the machine isn't broken at all. It's not leaking, smoking, or missing a part. It's locked. Your dessert is being held hostage by a complex war happening behind the counter, a fight over software, exclusive contracts, and secret passwords. That 200-pound stainless steel box in the corner isn't just a simple freezer. It's a high-tech rule enforcer, and its prime directive isn't just to make ice cream, but to follow a very strict set of rules. When those rules are broken, even by accident, the machine's first move is to lock itself down. So the real reason you can't get a McFlurry isn't a snapped belt. It's a failed security check on a device that's smarter and far more complicated than you think. Let's open the lid. The machine at the heart of this drama is made by the Taylor Company, and models like the C602 are the workhorses in thousands of McDonald's restaurants. In 2018, Taylor was acquired by the Middleby Corporation for about $1 billion. That's how serious this equipment is. And its most important job isn't freezing, it's cleaning. Every single night, it runs a mandatory 4-hour heat treatment cycle. Think of it as an internal pasteurization process. It carefully heats all the dairy mix inside to at least 151 degrees Fahrenheit, or 66 Celsius, and holds it there for over 30 minutes. This is non-negotiable. Dairy is a perfect breeding ground for bacteria, and this cycle is the first line of defense against foodborne illness, protecting both you and the Golden Arch's reputation. After the heat cycle, it chills everything back down, ready for the morning rush. Here's where it all goes wrong. That 4-hour cycle is a delicate process. If anything interrupts it, a power flicker, an employee opening the hopper to add more mix, a sensor that's off by a single degree, the machine's software flags a failure. And its response is brutal. Total lockdown. By design, it makes itself unusable to prevent any chance of serving unsafe product. Picture it. It's 2 in the morning. A well-meaning crew member tops off the mix, causing the temperature to dip for just a moment. The machine sees it, logs a heat cycle failed error, and shuts down. When the morning crew arrives, the screen displays a cryptic code, and the handles are locked. The manager now faces a terrible choice. Tell every customer no? Spend hours disassembling and manually sanitizing a notoriously complex machine, or call for an authorized technician. And wait. This is where the visible problem of a locked machine meets the invisible problem of a locked-down system. The machine's software has hidden diagnostic menus, accessible only with special codes and tools. The error message the staff sees might be vague, viscosity fault, or mix temp low, but the actual fix, the specific reset procedure, is often buried in a service menu they can't access. This system turns a potentially simple issue, like a $5 O-ring that needs replacing, into a $500 service call. It's not the cost of the part, it's the cost of the password required to clear the error after the part is replaced. This is the core of the right to repair debate. Access to information is just as critical as access to spare parts, and in this case, that access is strictly controlled. So why don't franchisees just buy a simpler machine? They can't. McDonald's corporate sets the standards. Of the roughly 13,500 restaurants in the U.S., most are run by franchisees who agree to use corporate-approved equipment to ensure consistency. This creates a powerful triangle. McDonald's corporate anoints Taylor as an approved supplier. Taylor, in turn, sells and services its machines through a network of exclusive regional distributors. This means a franchise owner in Ohio can't just call a cheaper repair person from down the street. Their warranty and franchise agreement often obligate them to use the authorized distributor for their region. This creates a bottleneck by design. ensuring that every significant repair and the revenue from it flows through a single, controlled channel. Frustrated by constant downtime and expensive service calls, two entrepreneurs created a solution: a small third-party device called Kitch. It plugged into the tailor machine and acted like a universal translator, intercepting the machine's raw data and displaying it on a user-friendly interface. Suddenly, those vague error codes were decoded into plain English with actionable steps. Pressure sensor reading is high. Check valve X. Franchisees who used it reported their downtime plummeted. They could finally see what their machines were doing in real time. But in late 2020, McDonald's corporate sent a memo to all franchisees, warning them to remove Kitch immediately, citing safety and warranty concerns. Kitch fired back with a massive lawsuit, claiming corporate was trying to protect its lucrative partnership with Taylor. The ice cream machine war was now officially in court. Just as the Kitch battle was heating up, a 24-year-old software engineer named Rashik Zahid gave the public a way to track the problem in real time. In 2020, he launched a website called McBroken. The site cleverly used McDonald's own ordering API, attempting to add a sundae to the cart at every single location in the US. If the app said the item was unavailable, McBroken marked that store's machine as broken on a live map. For the first time, the running joke had data. The map often showed 10 to 15% of all US machines down at any given moment, with hotspots like New York City sometimes spiking over 25%. Now, it's not a perfect measure. A store might disable mobile ordering for other reasons. But the visualization was so powerful it made national news, turning an internet meme into a data-backed phenomenon. The noise became too loud to ignore. In 2021, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission began formally asking franchisees about the persistent machine failures. This wasn't just about ice cream. It was part of a sweeping investigation into repair restrictions across the economy, spurred by a White House executive order. This is the right to repair movement going mainstream. The same principles that prevent a restaurant owner from fixing their own ice cream machine also prevent a farmer from repairing their own tractor, or you from getting your phone fixed at an independent shop. Companies argue these locks protect intellectual property and ensure safety. Critics argue they create monopolies on repair that stifle competition and hurt consumers. As states like California and New York pass their own right to repair laws, the battle over who gets to fix your stuff, from your phone to your sundae, is just getting started. So, who actually wins when the machine is broken? In a way, safety does. The rigid lockdown system does an excellent job of preventing the sale of improperly pasteurized dairy. But the system of exclusive distribution and locked software also ensures a steady revenue stream for the manufacturer and its service partners. The ones who lose are clear: the franchisee, who loses sales and pays for the technician, and the customer, who just wanted a McFlurry. The machine isn't really broken. The system that supports it is. It's a system that prioritizes centralized control over franchisee autonomy and proprietary diagnostics over simple, on-site fixes. It's a perfect case study in how modern, software-driven devices can redefine what ownership truly means. So the next time you hear that familiar excuse, remember what's really happening. Your sundae didn't break down. Access did. The most critical component inside that 1,000-pound machine isn't a gear or a motor. It's a line of code protected by a password. The battle for your ice cream is a preview of the battle for every smart device in our lives. And it proves that sometimes the most frustrating problems aren't caused by something breaking, but by something working exactly as its maker intended.